Good morning. Oops. How you doing? It's Friday, Saturday. It's Saturday, October 25th, 2025. 25 is a 7 plus a 1 is an 8 plus 9 is 17 is an 8. Today's an 8. I don't, you know, I Sorry, I'm stuttering and I have an itch in my nose. So I don't have a double boiler or pan. My mom was watching one of my videos. I think it must have been, what the hell was I making? I don't know, but I took a pan and set it inside of another pan. And it turns out she still has, not everything, but some things yet from her mother, from my grandma. So there's a double boiler. It was downstairs in the basement, right? So I'll have to think of something to cook, make, bake, I don't know. Caramel, chocolate, something like that. It's nearly November. People are going to lose their SNAP benefits. At the very least, it'll be put on hold unless there are states that have money who can fund that for people who need that benefit. I don't receive it, but you know what's going to happen? Grocery stores, big box stores that sell food, they receive a lot of revenue, income, profit from those food stamps, from the SNAP benefits. I'd be willing to bet that every large grocer, well, geez, man, if we're thinking on terms of a national scale, then it's quite a bit more. But let's say you have a local grocer in town who easily receives 10% of its income from SNAP dollars. That's gone. So the cost of food will get even more expensive than it is now. I believe that. Do I look cross-eyed? I look at myself and I should look at the camera. That was dumb to say, but I don't feel like editing it out. So, anyway. I want to help in some way, but I feel like most people who live like us already know how to do that stuff, right? How to stretch your dollars, how to make it go further. I saw this thing on the news about, well, it wasn't the news. I don't watch the news. It was a clip of the news that came through. I don't support media like that. Or cable, that's gone. Basically, well, anyway, it doesn't matter why. After the Dobbs decision, I figured there's no point in paying for these news subscriptions because I'm informed and nothing changes. Nothing. Nobody lifted a finger. Nobody. Not the New York Times, the Washington Post, the, fucking Wall Street Journal, the Guardian, Reuters, nobody cared. CoverGirl didn't care. Victoria's Secret didn't care. Target didn't care. Nobody cared. So I don't have to care about them. It's kind of liberating, actually. Anyway, where's it going with that? Oh, if you already live on next to nothing, or mostly nothing, then you already know how to do that. And then I'm hesitant, like, why would I even share, tips with people who have more than they need? They can figure it out on their own. Hamburger helper. That's what it was. Sorry, I'm all over the place. When I was a kid, My mom was a single mother in the 70s. Just me and her. And back then there weren't benefits at all. There wasn't child support, there wasn't anything. It was just the two of us and my grandma, right? Who fed all of us, my cousins, my mother, her sister, brothers, like every, anyway. Hamburger helper. Yeah, I grew up, you know, among a demographic that lives in trailer houses. And I remember going over to buddies' homes, like friends, and their parents would make hamburger helper. Ooh, dang, man. A friend of mine made tater tot hot dish. And I was like, we don't get that in our house. You know what I mean? Stuff's pretty good. But yeah, the hamburger helper was, I thought you were pretty well off if your family could afford hamburger helper. We ate a lot of goulash in my house. It never occurred to me that like we were eating better and more. Like, I don't know. I think my mother would have been sick to her stomach if she had to burn up a whole pound of hamburger on hamburger helper. Like, you know what I mean? We can make that go so much further. So, and the thing about when you start living on a shoestring budget, it isn't how much food can you get with your money. It's how long are those calories going to have legs? And here's where you start, like, this is not about mindful eating. This is not about dieting. This is about, it is mindful eating, but not to lose weight or to control a habit. It's to feed your body, because you're probably going to go the next 24 hours without having another one. So I cannot afford to spend $5 to $7 on a box of sugar cereal, because my body will burn through it too quickly, because it's so processed and refined. The nutritional value in it is next to nothing. I'm much better served eating an egg. You know, scramble up 2 eggs and some toast. It's cheaper. And the calories last longer. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, we'd have goulash in our house, which is, or it's hot dish, right? Like any hot dish in the world. You don't need hamburger helper, just boil the noodles yourself. You're paying for your time. So if you, and yeah, I know, time, when none of us have time, make time. Don't, what, you know what I mean? We're all in the house anyway. Like, of course you have time. Make time, you know what I mean? It's 20 minutes. The amount of time you can sit here and listen to me bang on about this is 8 minutes now. I could have made 2 eggs by now. So, what am I saying? Oh, goulash, a pound of hamburger. You could make it with a half a pound of hamburger, and you save the other half, you throw it in the freezer, and you come back and make something else later. So you need a protein, a starch, and you know, goulash is usually with stewed tomatoes, so it's a vitamin C. You gotta have a vegetable in there somewhere, okay? Because you're looking at balancing your diet. You need calories with legs. You know, oatmeal, old-fashioned rolled oats is, you know, and then plus, you don't buy anything that's fat-free, sugar-free, because that pat of butter might be the only fat you're gonna have in your diet for that day. So when I say mindful eating, it's not about, it's about making sure that you don't get scurvy, rickets, your teeth don't fall out. Hunger has very harsh effects on the human body. You let it go too long, it can mess with your heart. You have to pay attention. You have to feed yourself. You can't afford to sit and eat a bag of chips that don't have any nutritional content. You have to, you know, force yourself to eat calories with legs. Shit, man, I'm not a fan of oatmeal. I'm not a fan of eggs. Generally speaking, I feel like eating is a big damn hassle, and I don't want to have to do it. But that's when I get too tired. That's precisely why I need to. Because if I'm only going to eat one meal a day, it had better be worth it. It takes a lot of effort to chew sometimes. I don't want to. But you need to otherwise. And I tell you what, you couple a little bit of hunger with insomnia and it'll break your mind. You will lose your mind. You become psychotic. It's pretty easy. I'm pretty sure it's a CIA break the informant technique, so. You will. You get all spun out. Lose your mind. You will. You don't think straight. That's the problem with you have to have carbs too. This is not a carb-free diet. You find all the carbs you can find and you put them in your mouth. I don't mean shitty, empty carbs. We make a cake every single week and we eat that cake every week. But we make it ourselves. Our bodies will process it differently. It's better. You know, I get on the treadmill or get off the treadmill. Oh dear God, I lose so much water, I'll get a headache. I need salt. Okay? So it's not about restriction at all. Your body needs salt to live. I'm pretty sure your kidneys shut down if you don't get it. So, and once you remove yourself from, say, the commercial diet, the American pedestrian commercial diet, where I'm not buying refined or overly processed foods because I can't. Why? I can't. I am not throwing good money after bad to go buy a box of Little Debbie's. I can't afford it, right? My body needs to live. So I'm on a tangent here. Where was I at? Oh, it's not about avoidance. It's about how can I get it back? So I lose salt from the running and the sweating. It all comes out. And by 7 or 8 p.m., I will get a blinding headache. I need some salt. And water, water. But I drink a lot of water. So I probably drink more coffee than I drink water, but it's fine. Baby steps. Anyway, if you start whittling down to one meal a day, and then, I don't know, around 9, 10 p.m., you're like, I feel like eating a bowl of ice cream. You should eat that bowl of ice cream if you have it in your house, because your body needs the calcium and the fat. Okay? It's one bowl, man. You're not eating. This is different. You don't have the money to do mindless eating 24/7. It's not there. It's not going to happen. So, you know what I mean? It's not a diet plan. It's not about, but it will make you skinny. It will. Man, you should see pictures of me from, you wouldn't even recognize me probably. When I was working and working. That absolutely leads to burnout and never seeing your kids. So, but I was the heaviest I've ever been. I mean, we had a lot more money then. When I stopped, we lost about 2/3 of our income, so it's okay. It's okay. He supports me in my protest. So we are forced to eat differently. We're forced to eat a lot differently. The food needs to count. Do you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it count. Anyway, and Hamburger Helper doesn't count. Goulash. How do you make a goulash? Because the Hamburger Helper is so overly refined. This is the problem. It doesn't have legs. How many times have I said this now, right? It's the way that the calories are, you got complex carbohydrates or simple carbohydrates. And the more simple they are, the faster your body will burn through them. And you don't want that to happen. You need calories beyond 20 minutes from now. Okay? Goulash. Boil some noodles, any kind. Elbow macaroni, 2 cups. Measure it out. We buy in bulk because it's a lot cheaper. So I can't say like 1 box, or I'd use a half a box. If you're buying a 16 ounce, like how many people are in your house? You know what I mean? Like a half a pound of hamburger with that boil your noodles, your hamburger, get yourself a can of stewed tomatoes. If you canned your own tomatoes, there you go. That's what you use them for. Put some onion and some green pepper in there. And then the stewed tomatoes, what's that? Corn. You need a vegetable. Put some frozen, like we buy frozen corn. The frozen is a bit denser than, say, canned. Canned is a lot cheaper. Is it though? I mean, we buy a bag of frozen veggies for like 97 cents. So I don't think buying canned is necessarily cheaper anymore. But the nutritional value, the density of the vegetable is better in the frozen than it is in the canned. It's been processed, right? So there's nothing wrong with it, except that when you have to come down to, I need 8 more calories or 12 more calories or 20 more calories, and they need to be good calories. Little Debbie shit isn't gonna save the world. I'm not gonna do anything on that kind of calorie. Nothing. Except lighten my mood a little bit. I will tell you, like if I go too long without, sorry, I got an itch. Like carbs, like if I'm running a lot and I'm kind of using them up, I'll get just malaise. Just, Jesus. For the most part, I mean, I've had to start being more conscious of it because I wasn't a big carb eater. I wasn't eating a lot of bread or pasta. Generally, I like rice or potatoes instead, right? Like I don't eat a lot of carbs. Anyway, it was like, what, last February? The February before. It was kind of going around. It was like everybody was just sort of in a funk. Anyway, but for me, I don't know, one day I sat down, that's it. I'm eating a pizza and birthday cake. And 20 minutes later, I was giggling. So, to feed your body, you have to feed your body and your mind. And your mind. I feel like they feed us cheap, shitty food on purpose so that our brains aren't capable of making critical decisions. Plus, when we're all really, really hungry, it's hard to fight for anything other than your next meal. So, eat the oatmeal. Put some heavy cream in it. Just put some sugar in it. Eat it. Your body needs it. That's not against the rules. It's not. I can't stress this enough. Once you get away from a commercial diet, look, man, it's not feeding you anyway. There isn't a whole lot of nutritional value in it. It's so overly refined and so processed. Okay, like I'm surprised we don't all have scurvy. Like I really am. Like, anyway, anyway, yeah. Don't let it go longer than 24 hours. It's hard on your heart. Okay, people who fast, they need medical supervision. Like I don't mean this fad shit, you know, what do they call that? Intermittent fasting. Go talk to people who've actually starved longer than 12 hours. Okay? It's very hard on the body. So, I don't know, is this even worth posting, this conversation? I'm not sure. I don't know. Would you like a card reading? I caught him out of the corner of my eye sitting there, right? And then I thought, I don't know, do something other than just sit here and tell you my opinion. Here's my other opinion. I would really appreciate it if women would stop telling women that they need to model resting for their kids. I mean, maybe you should just tell them that you're fucking tired and you want to go take a nap. And then go do that. Sorry, I'm going to get petty. I don't even want that in there and I can't cut it out, so it's too late. There's too much right now. There's too much. And I think it would do us a great service if we stop telling each other how we're supposed to be. I don't know. Another woman telling me what kind of woman I'm supposed to be really gets me in the... It gets in my craw. They're fighting words, man. I just want to do violence. Well, that's not very ladylike, is it? No. It's not any different. It's not any different. Telling a woman that she... it's not any different. Stop telling women how to be. Just be there for each other. Try that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just, popping off. I don't mean to apologize all the time. I don't know why the hell we do that either. We're all so damn sorry. Oh, the best way to sum it up, okay? If you're only eating one meal a day, do not deprive yourself. Okay, you're already deprived. That's what I'm getting at. You make sure that you get fat and salt in your diet and some sugar. Don't spend money on fat-free, sugar-free. That shit's worthless. Don't do that. Like if you're, we buy sour cream or heavy cream. Yeah. Because I need that. Winter's coming. I need to be able to stave off pneumonia. And rickets. I'd like to keep what teeth I have left in my head. Anyway. This kitchen table is not very comfortable. I'm not a fan. It's been 21 minutes. Did I point out the double boiler? I can't even remember what I started talking about. I have no idea. It's fine. There. Let's do Saturday. Saturday. It's named after Saturn. Right? The harvester. Cuts it all down. Human beings, we're just making meaning out of every last thing. Days of the week. I'm pretty sure we used to have like 9 days of the week, and then they changed it to 7 because the tyranny of time. And they got rid of, otherwise all the rest of them are named after except for Sunday and Monday. Scandinavian. Wednesday, it's named after Odin. Friday is named after Freya. Thursday is Thor. And then Saturday is named after Saturn. And I thought, well, that's curious. Why is that? They just got rid of 2 days and made one. Kind of like the months, I'm rambling about nothing. Saturday, October 25th, 2025. It's a 7, 8, 9, 17. It's an 8 today. Strength. I don't know. Let's see what the universe has planned for all of us today. All right. 3, 2, 1. Here. I'm not trying to show off it doesn't matter. Okay. Death in reverse. Ooh, take that. Man, I'm having the hardest time sleeping lately. It's interrupted all the time. I feel like if I sit here for a minute and think about these. Okay. There, I can't see that. Death, anxiety, sleepless nights in reverse. Death in reverse, anxiety, okay. The hoarder-ish, or hang on to your stability. Excuse me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm kind of green, man. I was reading cards upside right for the longest time until I got a good handle on what they meant. So the death in reverse, I don't mind a death upright, right? Like that's kind of like a renewal. So I feel like, are we stuck? Things aren't going anywhere, but yet a release of that midnight, sleepless night anxiety, stories and lies that are getting told, either to ourselves or to about each other. Just the worry, but it's upside down. Death in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse, a Four of Pentacles upside right. Hold on to your butts, because that's like, if you have property, nail it down. If you have debts, pay them off. That's really hard to say right now. I don't know how people can get out from underneath of that. Well, do you know what I mean? Like, Jesus. But underneath of it all is the lies that we're all still tied to, or removing ourselves from, but the hardship's still coming. That part isn't going to change. So even if people are released from this isn't. Here's the thing. The government is shut down right now. But that's what the GOP wants. They want to get rid of SNAP benefits altogether. They want to get rid of healthcare benefits altogether. This is the opener closed. The effect is the same. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing with SNAP benefits that they did with FEMA. Sorry, where they're just gonna shift it to the states. I say the federal government, it's government overreach. It shouldn't, that's big government. The states are the ones to pick up that burden. I'm a little worried that, honestly, that they're never going to come back on again, those SNAP benefits. Which, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but grocery stores receive quite a bit of revenue. The same thing for those big health conglomerates that are getting the money for the health insurance market tax break, right? Like, I'm one of those families. I don't receive SNAP benefits, but I am one of those families that gets, we take a tax credit on our taxes to fund our health insurance. We will lose that, and we don't have the money to pay the health insurance at all. I mean, we kick in some for our premium as it is, but there's about $1,500 a month that we don't have to pay. That money doesn't come into our pockets, it goes to somebody else. And that big health conglomerate is probably not going to be okay with all that profit loss. I mean, they get paid whether I don't use it. I haven't seen a physician in a good long while for my own personal reasons. It has nothing to do with nothing. I love vaccines. I have all of them. I just don't want to participate in that healthcare system. Anyway, yeah, the motivation is to take all that away from us anyway. So all this over here is just a circus and a lie. They don't want to open that government back up. So, I don't know. If you know people, please, 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 for the love of God, help your neighbors in your community. Don't be a shit, man. You come on camera eating a piece of toast and telling people to budget their money. You are the last one I'm going to feed. You better figure it out. You better learn how to grow it yourself, because I will not be here to help you. Those kind of people can kick rocks. Anyway, I should stop. This has been a long ramble. You have a good day.